see something? I have no idea how the volume is. I can do that. To check it. There's that. Okay. Whether or not I'll be looking down to actually see them. How loud this is for me is going to be arbitrary compared to how it is for you. I have no idea how loud the audio is for you. Okay, but I've got all that set up, so I can do that. And that. And there's that. Not really going to be able to respond to any of this because it's a full screen game. There's those are put up now. You are named properly. Okay. Not gonna be able to do anything else with any of this. I also won't be able to see who, if anybody, shows up, but that's fine. And make things easier for myself. This game's still not easy. Gotta make it easier. Wander is the most straightforward start. Honestly, I would do the nobodies, but managing 5 people at once when they don't have other stuff for me to do. Never mind that we might spawn somewhere terrible. Wanderer is the most straightforward. So that's, yeah. Let's do that. Now, I started out with the demo of this game, which lets you experience, well, 1.0 version 1.0.07. It's currently at 1.0.31 with the latest update. But it lets you experience the whole game. Your skills are just capped at 20, which for some skills, I would hit that wall real fast. With other skills, I don't get to them, or they're much harder to train and slower to train. So that would take a lot longer. But I first encountered it via the tweets of Iron Spike, who, if you don't know who Spike Trotman is, runs Iron Circus Comics. So, kinda indie comics publisher, real good at her job, but also very entertaining so far as live tweeting the games she plays goes. Oh, and I don't have the graphics set on the highest settings, cause... No? I mean, my game could, maybe. I like not having penalties to stuff, especially my strength training, but I like the bonuses to training other skills. I might as well go through all of them, even though I know what I'm probably going to end up doing. So, humans, male, female, there's Greenlanders who have a bonus to learning farming, cooking, and science. Science is how you do your research for better technology and for building and crafting and stuff. Scorchlanders get hungry slower, have a bonus to a bunch of useful skills, and a penalty to learning only one that I have a use for, because a penalty to my strength training is a pain in the ass. Farming, cooking, and laboring, that doesn't matter so much. This one is the one thing that hurts about being a Scorchlander. Skeletons, robots, robotics is the skill they use to heal themselves along with other stuff. But these I don't care so much about. This I can work my way around, but it's a pain in the ass. It's not terrible. I can't be anything other than human can go into holy territories, certainly unaccompanied, and a skeleton can't go there at all. It's a kill on sight. So that's not a good one to start with, besides I know where to get my freebie. Hivers have penalties to strength. Lots of nice bonuses. You're kind of squishy, but you know, lots of nice, helpful bonuses there. The drones, still that penalty to strength. Other helpful bonuses, more hit points. Fewer helpful bonuses, but still some good ones. And then the soldiers are shit at everything. At most things. They're shit at learning. They're not necessarily terrible at, but shack. Get that bonus to strength, and then penalties to all my other stealthy things that I default to. Those are my go-to skills. Like, I'll get to the combat stuff if and when I have to, and my crossbow will be better than any melee weapon, because if you have close distance, well, once I have a crossbow, that's... But yeah, if you have close distance to me, something has gone wrong. Now, if I'm encumbered because my strength is training slowly does feed into that. But so, starting as human is easiest. For reasons I like the bonuses you give me to skills that have value, but I don't like the penalty to strength. I don't know that dodge and dex are a pain in the ass to train generally because I have to be being attacked. So the bonuses to those matter. Strength. We'll there regardless. So I think I will stick with the Scorchlander. Make you average sized for a human. We'll see how that goes. You and your weird boobs. You do not need to be super scrawny. Can't really see it with the... Everybody has a butt that kind of just sticks out. You don't need broader hips. Sure. I don't get other face options. Now, the graphics and textures could look better for this, but I don't have them turned all the way up because, you know, I want to give the game fewer reasons to slow down on loading, especially. I don't get face options for the Scorchlander. There's 4 face options for the Greenlanders, the white ones. Well, the white ones can be brown too, but the Scorchlanders are varying degrees of Dunmer shade, from a more brown to the very ashy. I'm definitely Dunmer, except I don't have red eyes. Or the pointy ears. But I tend to go for the grayer Dunmer color. Just because. Show you all the options. Yeah, sure. Hobo hair is, well, no, I just buzzed my hair, but hobo hair is kind of how my natural hair ends up being until I get annoyed with it and buzz it back down. So I no longer have the patience to try and grow it out beyond that length because it's thin and scraggly and not really worth it. Yeah, that's kind of going through my neck. Oh, yeah, okay. I end up putting a hat over it, so some of these just seem so impractical. But also like higher maintenance than I'll bother with. I could do that. Otherwise, that works. That works. I fixed your neck. Yeah, that doesn't really matter much. I don't care so much about some of the other features. I tilted you. Go ahead and have your weird, oddly hollow little pancake boobs. Sure, sure. Oh. Oh. Now, if I import a body that I've saved, it only imports the body, whatever random name they assign still sits there. So it's not perfect, but it is helpful if you've fussed with and gotten a shape that you like and don't want to have to do it again. I found that more helpful when I was trying to start up a group of nobodies and I didn't want to have to rebuild them over and over again until I got a starting spawn location that I liked. But this one always starts me in the same place. Hub. So, first things I do, get rid of that. While it's just me, I don't really see a point in having a faction name. I'm not a faction yet. So, I'm starting over here. At the Lone Shack until you get close enough to get its proper name. And Squin, which is a shack city. Or what I know. But this is a swamp. There's varying degrees of nightmarish terrain. It's a big old fucking desert. Fog islands. Stuff. I have been to, with varying characters, many places on the map, but there's sections I haven't gotten to. But since we're starting out with jack shit, the first thing we're gonna do is pick up all the random litter that we can, because we can sell it. do want a flatter up and down view for now. Go ahead. I'll rearrange things after. I have room for both of those if I could grab those. And then this is a bar that has a decent spread of stuff. No, you zoomed in way too far, thanks. I have no use for any of this. Technically, there is a use for a cup if I'm building something specific, but that's... Red means you're stealing it, and that's not what I'm after. I approach the start to this in a rather specific way, just because that's how it makes sense for me to approach it. But also, you know, I am poor and squishy and have nothing useful. And I would like to do something about that. I happen to know where to go to do something about at least some of that. But yeah, when I'm I don't have a reason to go there to ID what it is yet. We're gonna go to spin. And if I practice my stealth, we will not get there today. Because my stealth is such that I would be real slow. And I do want to get there today. Now, when I'm unencumbered, my athletics, which is how fast I run, trains real fast. When I'm encumbered, my strength trains, and my athletics trains slower. Now, while I'm stealthing, my athletics still trains, but because I'm going so slow, getting somewhere in a timely fashion becomes complicated. But the shack are the least objectionable of the major groups, in that they're just kind of racist. Everybody else also has slavers and or profound misogynistic bullshit. They're just kind of racist is the best you get in this game. So the shack are the least objectionable. I want to start with you just in case I can actually get to something useful. Not that I have the skill to get to anything useful, but I'm gonna try. Oh, I definitely can't with you there. Let's see if I... Yeah. Criming. Criming is how I get gear. Now, a lot of these skills are also useful in other more legitimate places and circumstances, but that nicer vault one behind me I won't be able to open for a while. That takes a lot more skill than I'm gonna get, even in lots of failures on the easier boxes. But this is also part of why I need the time, is I'm not good at it, so it can take a long ass time to get there. Now, I don't have the thievery to grab stuff without likely being noticed, even with people not on the same floor. That's part of why I like starting here, because if that guard isn't on the roof, that's as far away as I can get from a merchant to start. Not that the backpacks, well, starting with a little one, but let's see what else. And yeah, I have no chance at that chest for a while. The actual thievery, there's just a lot of quick loading that happens. None of these are the kind of bags I want to keep, or have and be part of my routine. But yeah, quick save after every successful snag. Oh, well. United Cities, Black Scratches, not exactly theirs, but it shows up on their maps. And tack locations. So, Black Scratch more belongs to the tack hunters, and there's a library of blueprints there once I can get there successfully. United Cities have stuff up here, but also a couple down here, and they have slavery in their turf, and also you have to save, well, I do, save before going through a gate, going in or out, because guards will sometimes plant shit on you and then try to extort money out of you, or, you know, beat you and throw you in prison. Or just try and kill you. Because. So, they're flaming shitbags. But holy fuckers, which are in some of this area up here, should be more specific there. more in here. But that's not to say that their roving bullshit doesn't range farther than that. That's just where most of their stuff is. They've got some farms and other stuff a little further out towards this Deadlands. They're the ones that have the profoundly violent xenophobia and the misogyny and the slavery. They're they gotta go. But now, extended tours for United Cities. So, yeah. Now, Morn and Catton. I have a hard time calling theirs. They're kind of sort of in the area, but who actually runs them? They don't behave like those properties, so I don't necessarily consider them part of it. But now, I do also need. I don't have the skill to use better than that yet, so I'll take the cheap one. I do also need a splint kit. But I would benefit from backpacks. Even if these aren't any of the kinds that I want long term. I have very specific backpacks for specific reasons, which once I actually have them, we'll discuss. But there's a wooden backpack, a large backpack, and the standard size thieves backpack. They have a smaller thieves backpack, which instead of a 3x3 like this, is a 4x4, but has the same size inside. But it doesn't have the skill penalties to anything, and the encumbrance reduction is 60%. And the thieves backpack that's this size only has a -2 to combat skills, which means combat, melee attack, and defense, and the 60% encumbrance reduction. But it doesn't have the combat speed, stealth skill, or dodge penalties, so a thieves backpack. But I can't even show you the other ones. The large backpack is just that. It holds a lot more stuff. And a wooden backpack holds stacks instead of individual spread out items like this. That got me some of what I'm after. That splint kit is actually right there. Sometimes you can see things that are actually on a different floor. But if I want to be able to splint or wound, definitely need that. Now, there's that. Since I have the space like that, I might as well do that for now. That goes on an animal. I don't actually need a bedroll. And yeah, if I click on it, you can see the... Now, I don't actually need to be a 71 to have a chance. You need to have a 5% chance for them to let you even try. But I definitely need a lot more skill than I've got. Like that was a 29. So's that. So clearly, with the skill of 0, I started with what, a 12? So, but as it is, I need to go look for. Oh, god damn it! Oh, you came down the stairs and saw me? I have a bad habit of sometimes forgetting that I'm still in the middle of committing a crime because they give you a 3-second or a count of 3 before you're no longer considered in the committing of a crime. Sometimes I get distracted and forget that I have that countdown. Oh, you're coming all the way down? Then I'll go up. Because, likelihood of getting caught with the thievery depends on distance to the shopkeeper. With modifiers, if you are visible or potentially visible by someone else. Once I get through the other one, I'll have a use for that. And then the others are going to be the same. Ammo. Yeah. I think I'll use up the shittier one first. Because right now the only things that aren't 0s or 1s are what I've done myself. So, yeah. Until my medic skill is higher than that, I don't actually benefit specifically from. Okay, you did go all the way down. So I can. Actually, want to be over here. Because these are food stores, and I don't have food. Well, now I do. Not that I will be able to, access it. There's one more thing I can get into with the skill as it is now. Oh yeah, I'm looking for a whole lot of somethings. Now, shop counters are opaque for the sake of being able to stealth behind it. So, I could reach that, but it's not locked right now. And I don't have the skill to pick that one. So, I could talk to you and see what you got otherwise. You do have one of the large backpacks, but that's going to be in one of those 2 vault chests that I can't pick. So, nothing else here that I have a use for yet. And that's generally how I go about seeing who has what worth stealing. Shack weapon shops have these big, cumbersome, bulky ass things that are not weapons that I would be inclined to use. So we're gonna go to the armor shop and see what I could get, because these bullshit rags are profoundly insufficient. And these are blueprints of varying levels. I snag this when I can. Do you want the cloth pants? So you've got a standard is the best. You've got for those. You've got those would be better, at least for now. high-class shirt somewhere. These are not the kind of helmets I want, but the standard is better than nothing. When it starts out, it's more a matter of, okay, well, what have you got, and what have you got that I can actually find? You've got a guard up there, so that complicates that. Let's start with back here. No, you need to get unstuck. There is some sticking to stuff that happens, but no. Those were all better than nothing. When it comes to those circumstances, I can just oh, my odds are shit, so I kind of need the practice anyway. What I'll do is I'll grab the first things I can get and then swap them out for better things that I get to. Because I'm not stealing specifically for money. I mean, I end up getting money out of it. Goddamn phone. Okay. Just the vet checking. Well, the vet's office checking in on how the stupid cat is doing. 'Cause, yeah, stupid cat is having issues. There we go. Now, fine. Yeah, I don't like that I have to. Because if you have a backpack on, it will give the space as if it were open, but I wish that these windows would spawn in places where I wouldn't have to move them if I changed bags or put one on. That's just I don't know if that's just more complicated for them to do, but it's a frustration I have with it. Hey, good job, me. That's for sale. Because I don't need that now. Yeah, that rock wall behind you makes it harder for me to move into useful positions. Scope out stuff. Well, that's better. I don't have the space for them to see. I hate having to do that. Yeah, you can have those back. These are better. Yeah, that was risky, but I knew you were facing the other way. Now, the thing about this is you were on the other side of that. I don't have the skill for that. I can maybe get lucky on this one. Have it not take too long. I don't actually have a specific use for all of those. I have use for one of them, but I as well make use of what I can. Okay. See, now you're probably gonna walk back around, so I'm gonna wanna move. We'll see. Yep. If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna come around to the side and check on these things. those are better. And that those are the kind of pants I prefer to have. The better pants that are available here. Are the wrong kind of pants. Don't need another pair of those. Good job. Now I have something for armor on my head, which is better than nothing. Oh, shops close at 2300 and open at 6, so there's also that. That's where the better ones of those are. Okay. Sure. When I have a better chance, I still get the fail. The probability is a thing. Anyway. Still don't actually have a piece of armor. Did I even see if you had anything that I would want? I don't remember. Let's come on down so I can double check. Because I'm running low on time to find it. You have one thing that wouldn't have shitty penalties, and I have not found it. Because, yeah, things with penalties to my skills, doesn't matter how good they are, I don't want them. Oh, I can't sell you that, though. Oh. You're there. Okay. Yeah, somehow I'm unseen here, so. But you're also real close to this, so. Odds of getting stuff out of it, especially if you don't move farther away from it, aren't great. There. I've got some thing for everywhere but my feet, but you're not going to have something for that. Okay. So that's the best I'm going to be able to do here. And you're not going to have anything I would actually want. Probably. Oh. I'm definitely not going to want to deal with that with a guard up there. So, let me just kind of poke around. See if there's anything that... I don't have the skill to open that. Don't have the time to poke around a whole lot. they find you after hours and you're stealthing, they will not be so understanding or polite about it. You want to leave of your own volition at closing time. But that being said, I've got some gear. Not all of it is optimal, but it's something. I'm also encumbered just from having stuff, which is part of the thing. And now, since I need to wait for businesses to open anyway, that's not exactly where I want to be going, but get some practice and get a map mark that I know is there whether or not you do. That's the closest thing to invasive that they do, and they're literally just checking for hash. I think hashish itself is the only thing they care about. Like, you're not being aggressive though. If something that could be hostile sees you, your stealth will disengage, but it wasn't picking a fight, so it shouldn't have. Way station is, in fact, where I want us to be going. Thank you. But yeah, so long as something has a chance of seeing me, the stealth is being trained. See, now nothing can, so that XP rate is 0. But the athletics is still being trained. And the strength, I train slower. But also you have to be at the maximum 25% with walking. You have to be at like 75% encumbrance. If you're not encumbered, you're not training your strength. Which makes a degree of sense, but, you know. It also means you can't outrun shit, and other skills are impeded by your encumbrance. Like that -4 is because I'm at -44% because of my encumbrance. This seems to be a quirk, because it behaves as if I built it, which I didn't. But I can do that. Now, there's nothing here for me yet. But I might as well sell the dried meat, because I don't need it right now. And some people are more understanding about stolen goods than others. If it's from the same faction, they will care. If it's from themselves, it will be half of the same faction rate. If they're unaffiliated or don't give a fuck, or there will be other, but yeah. This bartender doesn't care. Now that took 7 hours for us to get here because I sneak so slow. Not that it doesn't need the training, but we're going back because they should have different stuff. New day, new stuff is the hope. Wandering folks are fine. They're not threats, though. I don't get up for them. Wandering assassins is usually how they're labeled. Because they're the only ones, I think, that travel alone. Besides me. Not that I won't eventually have other recruits, but I don't have anything for a recruit to do yet. I also prefer to try and get recruits after I can equip them. Not just give them something to do. Or if I have something to do in a secure enough location, I can deal with equipping them after sometimes. It depends on who it is. I also have less interest in recruits that I have to buy off. If I have to pay you, in almost every circumstance, whatever it is you have to offer, some of them don't have anything to offer. They have no skills, and they still want me to pay them. But in basically all circumstances, what they do have to offer isn't worth it. Okay, it hasn't been long enough that your stuff is locked back up. And yeah, my thievery is not good enough to get into those other boxes. But I guess I can go poke around in your shop. Because I haven't been in it yet. Not that there's anything in here I want. But could use the practice. And if I happen to find something that isn't entirely terrible, oh, nope. You're gonna come around and try and talk to me. Oh, yeah, no, you're just being a usual dickish. Yeah. They're racist in a very specific kind of way. Now, I do not like big unwieldy things. Especially big unwieldy things with penalties. The defense bonus bothers me more than the indoors penalty. Because that just means don't swing it indoors. But that being said, I don't. You can just move things and not fuck things up. You're less heavy. And you have a better balance of damage, but I don't think you do more overall. But yeah, this is the only kind of stuff they have is these unwieldy two-handed bullshit things. So I think the only benefit I would get out of being here is practicing my lock picking. Because I will definitely pick locks on shit I don't care about just for practice. And get a whole lot of practice out of you, but sure. Because I don't want any of your shit. All this random crap that you've got is safe from me, basically. There's one more chest, but I don't know if I would be unseen. You are standing in the wrong place. Can I? God damn it. Now, I can't make use of that yet because I don't have the heavy weapons research. Oh, right. Ha. Come on down. Come on. You will get here eventually. There you go. So the guard's on the second floor. I look even though I likely don't have any interest or use for most of this stuff. I don't have a crossbow yet, so I don't need ammo yet. I see stealing things that are on shelves rather than in a container is readily done. Just like I can pick a lock just fine. It's actually liberating items from containers that counts as thievery that can get noticed. Okay. This is a bunch of holy stuff. That. Holy fuckers are there. I would prefer to have the next bag be something I actually want to get and keep. I do not have the skill for you. I would have to reposition in an interesting way to be able to reach the other one. I can reach from here. Close enough, yeah. Yep. One of those, but 2 maps. Oh, you're gonna come farther in? Alright, we can swap. Or not. Really? God damn it. No, I'm not. That's a flat-out lie. You're just being obtuse for no good fucking reason. There you go. All the way up. There we go. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, not always great about going exactly where you point them. That's not what I'm after, and I don't have the skill for that. Do I even want to know what I'm missing out on? Motherfucker! You've got more than one of them. These are not super common, so having two of the good ones and one of the little ones is... Motherfucker. Oh, I know where I can go practice. You will have absolutely nothing I want, but that's fine. Oh, I don't know that I have time to practice. And get back and find one of those. But we can try. How close can I get? Oh, you're not great practice, because you pick too easily. Yeah, those definitely picked way too easily. And I think I'll be... Oh no, you're not... Oh, now you see me. And I can't reach from here, which is obstructed, right? Oh, I don't have the skill anyway. Fine. You would see me trying to pick those, so... Alright, where else? Oh. You may have stuff reopened now. So I guess... Come on down here. There are training devices you can use for a handful of skills and only a handful. Thievery is one of those skills. The highest... Okay, so... Skills that you can build a training thing for. Melee attack, which can go up to 15. And with any training device, the closer you get to its limit, the slower and slower it gets. But melee attack can be trained up to 15. Turrets can be trained up to 30. Lockpicking, thievery, and assassination can be trained up to 30. but you have to have the tech researched to be able to build the items and have the items to be able to build the stuff. This is not a good practice box. Oh. I should also actually look at what you've got in stock, because I could do better with some of this stuff. So might as well see. I only got the shitty shirt. There was a good one that I couldn't get to. Now you don't have a better one. I've got decent for those. There's a better set of faceplates, and that's it. Well. I'm just gonna flat out look. If it's not a locked container, you can look without a problem. It's the taking that gets to be a... Look with your eyes, not with your hands. Stubborn thing. This isn't even something I need, it's just... having blueprints is nice, and it's practice. Now I only get credit for the one attempt that works, but... Get unstuck from the corner, you dumbass. Okay. I can look just fine. Do not want. So you can even roll shit out this way. Those. Now the one good thing is probably in one of the chests behind you. There's always a possibility that it's not. Very slim one. Yeah, those aren't better. Yeah, fine. It's not. Is that close enough? No. If the bar doesn't show up, it means I'm gonna move and do it. That is absolutely not what I want. You are not scooching up as close as I need you to. I don't want that. I just want you to scooch forward, dumbass. Can you reach from there? Not quite. Well, fine. Screw you too. Do not have the skill to get what I want. And no, you are not lockpicking, because you are not moving to the... It's not what I want. Well, get back over here then. Now there are other ways to get into locks that you can't pick. But it takes a set of tools, and it takes a lot of time. Like, many hours. Likely. You, I can get to a position where I can reach you, but I may not have the time. And I save after every few fails in case I have to stop. But I got lucky. Really? Really? The other one has the ones I want. That's at least one of the bags on my list. But I need to do this for there to be space for it. Because it would go here. But now that I succeeded at that one, did my skill go up just enough? No, it did not. Well, well, I can show you the difference. So, you've seen, okay, the little bags are an 8x8. A wooden backpack is also an 8x8, but things can stack. Most things that are usual single items will stack to 9. Things that already stack, like books, can stack to 4, so books can stack to 12. But yeah, a wooden backpack has the same amount of space, and even armor items, armor or weapons made by the same people that are the same quality will not stack. Normal backpack is 10 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The Thieves medium, the Thieves backpack, standard one, also the same size. So the long weapons that would only normally fit here won't fit in your regular inventory, or smaller bags will fit in standard ones and the large ones, and the large ones are 12 across and much deeper, so yeah. I find a use in having lots of carrying capacity of varying types. Now, if I had another regular backpack, I would not be able to swap into these ones. Now, while other bags are empty, they can all sit together in other bags. But as soon as they have stuff in them, they have to be out. Now, if they're not on my back, the weight is the same. They just take up less cluttered space. But for now, that can sit like that. And this can go in here. Being said, now there are some places that are safer to travel to than others. I'm human, so I have some very limited degree of safety going through holy turf from the people. There are still bandits and shit. Slavers who go, they don't look like one of the ones we're after, but we might as well. Fuckers. So, very limited safety. Hi, Spoon. Yes, streaming. Ha. Anywho, I could try and take a jaunt to somewhere else that will have other things that I want. As well. Head back to hub first. Very slowly. I will get better at stealth and we'll get better at strength and we'll be able to move faster than the crawl I currently move at, but you learn by doing. You learn by doing. And it's not like I'm going through safe. I don't have a crossbow, so what I really need to do right now, actually, is one, lighten my load a little bit. Not that I have much, but I need to run back to the guards, because the guards need to deal with this problem, because I am not. Well, I am going to take that off because it gives me penalties to combat skills that I don't fucking have. But now that there are guards helping deal with the problem, I can maybe try and practice a little bit. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Oh, and the first thing they do is take the weapons off of folks, and then they do patch them up. But so if I want to be able to sell their shit, actually, until I have other weapon options, I might as well do that. But here, let's grab the big bag and just loot what we can off of these fuckers. Oh yeah, Kenshi. Oh, you're waking up. That's why. Well, whatever. I will take that. These are the shoes I'm after. Kenshi, I found out about because of someone I follow on Twitter. I don't know if you are familiar with who Iron Spike is of Iron Circus Comics. And yes, you are going to try and fight me. I see that. This is what I'm doing with my hands for another fighting option until I have something else. But really, the guards need to come deal with you because I am not capable. Yes, thank you. Now I will liberate the rest of your stuff from your body and then fix myself. Oh, cool. Yeah. No, Spike is an interesting follow because she's good at what she does so far as the comics goes. She's a very competent, knowledgeable indie publisher, but she's also hilarious for watching how she goes about gaming stuff. So yeah, Spike is how I found out about Kenshi. And I started with the free demo version, which gives you full access to game stuff, but only capped skills up to 20. And after a day of gameplay, I would have already hit a wall on some of the stuff I use most often. Sometimes these are also high enough for them to have hit a wall. Other things, it takes a lot longer to get to. So that would be less noticeable less quickly. Now, other shops are going to be closing, but I can sell their shit at the bar. So let's go sell their shit at the bar. And yep, click back on myself. Okay. All this can go. I don't have any use for any of it. Yeah, thanks. Back in there. There. But I'm still not entirely sure how I won. Somebody got up and started fighting again. Not me. I'm going to nope my way to hub. Successfully this time, hopefully. I got a tiny bit of practice on some of those. A little bit. Just a little bit. But because it's an entirely open game, you could do a whole lot of things. I could stay solo. I could recruit people and try and deal with holy fuckers and other unpleasant groups on the map. There's a whole lot of different ways I could try and go about it. But sorting out the being able to fend for myself kinda sorta as a solo character before I get more of them makes more sense to me, or at least having a setup to have things for other people to do, which doesn't necessarily take too long for me to get to that point. But since I'm still struggling to equip myself, I would at least want to be able to get to the places where I can get the gear for myself and others before getting others. Also, I don't really want to pay for people, especially if they ain't worth it. So I tend to go for the freebies, and I know where a few of them are. I cannot reach the place where most of the freebies are. There's one freebie in Squin that I will get to. She has some combat skills. And there's one person in Squin who has combat skills who would actually be worth giving money, because getting combat skills to 20 isn't nothing. Because fighting is not easy. I don't have the money to buy a house to fix to I start doing research, then I have use for second body. Okay, so the music itself. Music is very intermittent, but if other effects are okay and the music is just a bit much, that can be tweaked in here. But it's also not a constant. I have shit for money, I have shit for stuff. I wonder... We can see. Okay. I can't really tell much of a difference, but that's because headset will not register the same as whatever experience you're getting. I can sometimes find a really shitty crossbow. It's better than nothing. I don't have one at all right now. Oh, yeah, we're both having distorted audio experiences then. But having a crossbow is better than none. Of course, now I need ammo. This is not the kind of crossbow or the kind of ammo I want to have, but it's what I've got. And it's one of the worst ones out there, but it's a start. God damn it. To be fair, I don't think I'm necessarily going to shoot that much with it, but I want to have the ammo just in case I need it. Mother... Fuck you. I will liberate that ammo from that barrel. It will happen. So how are your kitties doing, Spoon? Finally. Because mine's being a fuzzy pain in the ass. In a different way from the usual way cats are fuzzy pains in the ass. You can have those now. Yeah, you didn't have really much else for crossbows. Well, yeah, I mean, cats have priorities. They are the priority. They understand. I get it. I can... I don't think you have a ranger shop. I could maybe get a leather turtleneck. maybe a hat or shirt that I'd care about. I'm not sure. But I think the easiest trip to somewhere with stuff that I want, not necessarily the shortest, but the easiest, is to go there. To a place I don't have on the map yet, but I know is there. I don't know that I will succeed at this trip. I should probably have a proper save in case I don't have this trip go well. I definitely need that strength to go up. Because I can't even carry my gear. Also means I can't run the fuck away or kite around fuckers effectively. Because if I can't outrun them, that strategy don't really work, and those are one of the kinds of bandits. They're not super effective ones, but I'm not super effective either. I maybe want to give you a wider berth and not have to deal with that. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, apparently, on top of being diabetic or related to being diabetic, the cat has some pancreatitis, which is making her eating appropriately while being diabetic and getting insulin more complicated. And she's developed a bizarre drinking issue, meaning she's wearing more than she's getting in her, which also doesn't help. So I'm not sure what that's about, but it's something I'm watching. But yeah, damn cat is being damn cat. She seems to be behaving and being mostly normal otherwise. So it could be worse, but it's not like it's not concerning. Also, pancreatitis is what killed my other cat, so that's super stressful in a my anxiety doesn't need more to focus on kind of way. But yeah, because you guys are shitty fuckers, I will save out here just in case you pull some shit when I go in. You might have something I want. Headgear might have something I want. You might have something I want. So, this side has 3 different shops in a row. Good, nobody up front talked to me. That's good. So you have 2 standard shirts, which would be better, but not the highest priority stuff. Yeah, vet sits are not cheap. was a really good one of you, I might make an exception, but I don't care that much about the rest of that otherwise. I'm just shopping for better stuff. Yeah, kitties and working on computers is a complicated balance. Because they really want to help, but you really don't want them helping the interior design. Okay, so you have some standard turtlenecks. Two of them? Two of them, and one high-grade shirt. Either way, I can probably find better when I get to World's End, but I'm not there yet, and well, they're being very cute, which, you know, is a sort of help. It's good for morale, even if it's not good for productivity. Yeah, I don't want any of that. Can I reach from here? Not quite. Not quite. That's not what I want. Back over here. Good job. Okay, now. Great. The better protection would be nice, but the better arm coverage, especially when this doesn't cover my arms as well. That's why I prefer the turtlenecks. Oh. Yeah, this is gonna take a bit. Probably. Could get lucky. Probably won't. I actually need those blueprints, but I want to have them all. Even for gear I have zero interest in. Suppose I should learn the one that I actually have a use for. Can sell you that, because you don't care that I stole it from a shack. Trader, you don't care at all. Ugh. It's not sneaky chain if you nerf the stealth with it. Anyway. Okay. Right. That's gonna be it for here. I don't think anything in either of those is gonna be super helpful. The easier way to get there is to actually get over to this side first, rather than trying to deal with the bridge. Yeah, yeah. That is the least offensive thing they can say to you, so, you know, I, I try and leave it alone. Because they are capable of so much worse. But yeah, they're getting there. Oh, strength. If only there were an easy way to train you. But even the effective ways are time consuming and better reserved for people that are in training and not being actively used. I don't like sitting around waiting for shit to happen. Oh, fuck you, no. No? No. How far out am I? More than I really want to deal with. This is going to be unpleasant. I am not fast enough. Yeah, most of my weight comes from my gear. That doesn't really do enough. No? But I'm hoping I get close enough that somebody will be able to do something with you fuckers. Yeah, like that. I'm fine with using these holy fuckers for my own purposes. It means getting your asses kicked for trying to pick a fight with me. Yeah, that tainted woman bullshit can go. Okay. Not very good at splinting self up, but... Oh, you collected them all for slaves or something? Of course. Being injured only slows me down more. Well, chest injuries and stomach injuries slow me down a lot more. Hopefully. Yeah, I still want to get to that side first. Oh. They're resisting. Not that I can blame them. They might be jailed, they might be locked up to be slaves later. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna go check. Cause I don't trust the holy fuckers to not do the same to me. I'm not a Greenlander and I'm not a dude. Which is the only safe, air quotes, safe category. I am being ambitious and trying to make this trip early. Oh. Well, my toughness has gone up a little from getting beat up, which is how that works. Yeah. I like it when the wildlife doesn't care, because a lot of it does. Yeah, well, to be fair, the music can get that way, and part of the impact of that is just because of the rarity. Um, but even with it like this, it's just, it comes in disproportionate like that. Um, but I can keep ticking it down in little increments. Also, I kind of set where the game volume was at in OBS somewhat arbitrarily at, I think it's 6 decibels down. But if the music is disproportionately louder than other effects, which it is for me too, then yeah, I can fuss with it some more like that. No, yeah, piss off, dog. Bad dog. Now, as I mentioned before you showed up, Spoon, I do not have graphics turned up particularly high because I wanted to cut down, loading times in areas. So, like, you can see the seam in a way that if the graphics settings were higher, you probably wouldn't. But I care more about my loading times and practical engagement with the game than having it be as pretty as it could possibly be. Um, you know, that approach makes sense for me, but, some people are of a different mindset. Jesus, I'm slow. Well, if I'm gonna be here during the day, maybe I might as well go in. Like, the skill's doing okay, but my strength is shit. So the encumbrance is really doing a number. You pause here. I don't remember what you've got for shops offhand that I might care about. I don't really need a boot trader. Headgear may or may not have something I'd care about. You're just a house. You're a storage. It is unlikely you would have something I would want. And those are just holy fucker buildings. Oh, you might have something, but they'll have something better. But me having something better than this feeble little stick isn't a terrible idea. Okay. So, nope. If you want to talk to me, then we need to nope. Cause fuck you, creepy motherfuckers. If they want to talk to me, it means they want to insult and proselytize. And no, I don't want to deal with that shit. Buying. I'm browsing. How's that? It's as good as you're gonna get. I'm definitely not financially supporting your, You've got nothing I care about. Or was that headgear? Somewhere. You. That's a hat. Ugh. None of those I care about. If you had a really good one, I might take notice. But no. I don't need boots. Where was that? All the way back here is you. Okay. You might have something better than this stupid stick that I'd be willing to spend time looking for. Ugh. Not those. Oh, one of those. That is the correct type of weapon. Even the best place I can find them doesn't have them in great qualities, but that would be something. This would be a start. But I gotta find you. I gotta find you. Um, um, where can I be and not be seen? Okay. It's not there. Ew. No. Can I reach from here? No. There you are. Ha. Even got it first try. Okay. Okay, that's a start. I have the correct type of weapon. And I have a very, very bad crossbow. But it's progress. Okay. You can buy this stick off me now. Because I don't need that. Oh, I should be checking their boot traders for better bags. God damn it. Where was that? I don't know if they're boot traders. We'll have the better bags, but I should still be looking. Because there are bags that I want and do not have. Well, you have one of the variants of the wooden backpacks. And you have a map that I don't have. I don't know if it's worth the effort. of the other stuff that I want yet. I think that can wait. And it'll be easier to cross over to this side down here than finding that bridge. Oop, I did not want to do that. Just say no to proselytizing. What the? Seriously, motherfuckers? Why are you following me? Let the fucking guards do their job. Leave me alone. Those... Yeah, those are guards returning to their positions. Fine. Fine. Probably fine. Yeah, raptors are peaceful. Holy fuckers will go out of their way to kill them all. Because they're sick, twisted fuckers. Oh. Yeah, river raptors are fun. A dog was dumb enough to pick a fight with you? I don't have a use for the leather or the meat right now. I can leave that alone. Well, technically I do. Even if I'm not going to keep it, I do have a use for it right now. Oh, right, no wooden backpack. I can just sell it. Also, weight training. Every little bit helps with training the strength. Now that I'm over here, work your way over there. Roughly. You're gonna have to get closer before you notice something's there. But I know it's there. And were you gonna get up on the ridge and go over that way? No? Sometimes the pathing goes farther down a path than you would think before going, oh, no, maybe not that way. some of her food, so that's good. And yeah, depending on the terrain, but if it's terrain I can see farther in, meaning not the swamp, because overgrowth and that makes it very difficult to see jack shit from anything other than pretty close up. I like to be able to see things from farther out, so I try to stay zoomed out when I'm out and about in the wilds. Oh, when I am... Maybe it's only when I'm wearing the thieves' backpack, because I don't see it all the time. But it's a goofy thing, but when I'm doing this sneak run thing, and I think it's just when I'm wearing the thieves' backpack, but you get this goofy ass Naruto run, and there's nothing else I can call it, because if you know the visual of what that looks like, that's what it is. And I haven't poked around into the why, or if they've straight out acknowledged that, yeah, that they did a Naruto run thing on purpose, but yeah, you get those arms back, running at stealth, goofy ass look. Bird run? But you know what I mean. It's silly, but you know, I don't. It's not like I fault them for it. It's just that is a very distinctive and silly looking thing that you have decided to incorporate into your game. And when I'm really fast at stealth, like when I'm actually good at my skills, I mind less. Ah, I see what you mean. Um, but I haven't really noticed specifically if it's tied to the thieves' backpack or if it's just a certain skill threshold at which, instead of this standard skulky thing, it becomes the Naruto run. But at some point, I will have it. We want this fork, I think. Yeah. This is where we're going. Come on. shop at a time. Let's see what I can get here. Nothing here, except blueprints. None of those are the correct hat types for me to even look at. So, no. Number of bars. I don't need bars. Your hydroponics. You may have something I want. You may have something better. Let's start with you. Ha! You have both of the things I want. And some maps. Okay. So. Okay. Well. If I start with the stuff upstairs, that'll be easier to get to. Whether or not it's the stuff I'm after. But let's start with that. I'm familiar with the layout of these types of buildings, which is why I know where to look for stuff. 96. Far enough away that I don't have a hard time with those. Nice. Oh yeah, I have stuff for sale in that. I'm gonna wanna... let's get that stuff out of the way too. I don't need my food yet, and if I'm gonna be fussing with stuff, I'm gonna need to get it all out of the way. I think I did that backwards from how I wanted to. Let's put all of that stuff in there. Anyway, you are one of the bags I want. So that stuff fits. Oh. Already known, so just that one. Yeah. I don't need books yet. I'm not ready for them yet. You need those books and other kinds of books and some other things for doing tech research. But I'm not ready for that yet. So the other things I want are downstairs. Okay. Well. Come on. getting things arranged such that I would be able to do that would take... Well, you're gonna have to move. Is the long and the short of that. Because I don't think I can reach from here. Maybe? But yeah. Ha 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 ha! Get. Now, the bigger one has just that -2 to the combat skill bonus, but the better encumbrance reduction and no penalty to all my other skills. Compared to worse. Also weighs a little less, but that. Now I have the backpacks that I want, and a few extras, but I do also have some stuff for sale. It's in this one. I don't have anywhere to keep those yet, so they can just go for now. I could keep the little backpacks, but they do end up just posing an issue. I think I can get rid of all that safely because I think I'm going to be getting... There's a ranger shop here. I'll be able to get a crossbow worth having. Yeah, these were stolen from someone in their same group. In this case, the Traders Guild. And then that one was stolen by them. I had mentioned, I think before you showed up, Spoon, about how if it's within a faction, they're not their faction. They're not going to want to buy it from you, or it's going to be difficult to fence it to them. And half that is if it's from them themselves. So it's easy to actually see here that, yeah, no, I won't be able to unload any of that stuff on this one. But that's okay. Mostly. What I'm gonna do, gonna come out here. And the easiest way to fuss around with this is to do this. So I can get things where I want them. Now, until I have my strength trained up more, it might be better to just do that. Keep the little fuckers for now. You're gonna be for sale, but you can also sit in there out of the way for now. Because they're stolen, even if I'm, outside, not in somebody's shop, and I didn't steal it from them, sometimes people will make a fuss about me fussing with stolen goods in their presence, specifically in the putting it down and picking it back up. So is where I can get those. Okay. I'm gonna have to be able to find them though. Have you got? You have a better set of faceplates, but you have the pants I want. They're probably in there. Probably. Well. I would like to grab those blueprints, but right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ha! Okay. Not that my distance from you is what matters, but... There we go. In a different sort of gaming note, I have mostly created a new character for my home game campaign because my cleric died. My cleric dying saved other party members from sharing that fate, so it could be worse. But it's weird because I don't tend to lose characters. Mostly because I play support more often than front row, um, most exposed to danger kinds of roles. Let's try this spot. But, so I'm doing something a little different. I have a monk rogue gestalt who's using a bow. Sneak and snipe is a thing I tend to do in video games, but it's not something I've actually put to a whole lot of use in tabletop games, so that's something. I wonder... Sometimes if you load, they will reposition themselves and you can be unseen in a place that would be otherwise inconvenient to get to and be unseen. Okay. I don't expect the... Yeah, the pants I'm after are not in this one. Can I? Barely. a 73. Now I'm at 37. Now, yeah, having the skill to actually steal it from behind your back is a different matter. So long as I'm in blue, I have that opportunity. That's also something for sale. Get that out of the way. Okay, been long enough. Now, those you'll buy because they came from Shack. These, no. Now, Ranger Shop, I know you're here. You're on the other side of this. Let's see what you got first. But you're gonna have something better than that literal junk bow, so... Because an old world bow Mark 1 is the kind of bow I'm after. So, I want that one. The Mark 2s are a little better in some ways, but they're worse in others. They're slower to reload. They're more difficult to use effectively. So they end up not being worth it. And then the equivalent of the sniper crossbow is slower to reload, not much use at short range. So the old world bow Mark 1 has worked out to be the most effective choice. So wherever that bow is, and now I will need the proper type of ammo. Why are you... Notice I am far enough away from the cellar, as well as not having any observers right near me, that I actually have over 100%. And the skill doesn't train if it's at over 100. I don't think I'm improving my thievery, stealing things when there's no chance of me being caught, or no chance of failure. God damn it. There you go. Well, what's in that one? Nothing to care about. You? I will rearrange the ammo later. First things first, just get... You're the Mark II. You are not the one I'm after. You would be close, because you're a step better, but a step in quality, but a step lower in actual weapon. Okay, that angle's a little steeper than I want. A whole bunch of ammo I don't want. Okay, well, might as well start rearranging my bag the way I normally carry it. You bags, plural, the way I normally carry them, because I will have room for those, and those go there. That is the amount of ammo I prefer to carry standardly. I do not expect that anything else I want is going to be found in there. I think that guy is going to be a problem for that. Get unstuck from the corner, you idiot. Oop, went a little too far. There we go. That one. Good. I could grab more ammo, but I'm okay with just having my standard stock of it. And there is other stuff here that I could go after, but not a lot. I got the things I really wanted. Namely a crossbow worth having, and my masterwork pants. Got this along the way, which is nice. That got upgraded, so yeah. So that lightened the load significantly, because those bags have some weight. And your pathing will choke on itself if I try and get you to do all this at one. So let's do this. No, you're just not fast enough. Oh. I wonder if encumbrance factors into it, but you're not doing it yet. Work on your speed. Also, you did this part of the journey successfully. Let's have a proper save, just in case you run into dramatic bullshit on the way back. Also, get stronger. I still need you to get stronger. Sometimes the pathing fails if there's too many decisions in front of it. You were going, yeah, here. Then I can, and some of those pathing choke points are one way. Because I guess the decision trees in front of it are different in one direction versus the other. But there are some points where it happens every time. figure I'd play this for a bit more. Because I was gonna play it anyway, and then take a break when I gotta fuss with kitty medication stuff. And setting up more food and her insulin injection. But that's in about an hour. So I'll see how much progress I can get before I need to pause for kitty stuff. I mean, for being less than 5 full days in, I'm making alright progress on my skills of choice. Why? Oh, I can't help you. I am not in a position where I can help you. Oh, wait. Maybe I am. Rotate, you stupid fucking thing. I can't really help you with the hungry. I've only got the one piece of food for me. Also, I would have to loot your inventory to be able to actually help with that, but yeah, these are the normal groups of bandits. They start at -10 and they work their way down lower. Most groups, or most factions, start at 0 and thus in little directions. I'm not in a position to do much else for you, but I practiced a skill that I will need, and, did something that I think was worth doing otherwise anyway. Oh, they gonna go for you too if they see you. for long walks, especially if I'm not in immediate danger. It's usually when I take the opportunity to like get up and get a drink. Stuff like that. My Nalgene is sadly just about empty. Well, it's all empty now. Oh, no, you're another escaped servant. Well, you've got better combat skills than I do. Not that it's hard. Some of the flora and fauna in this game are really interesting looking. Get faster. Faster. Get stronger faster while you're at it. No, that just speeds you along because you're less encumbered. But you need to be learning from being encumbered. At Hub, I will be able to sell the extra bags. Other than the standard backpack. Well, yeah, the little ones are hard to manage on top of other gear. Or on top of a full assortment of other backpacks. Because having space to have them all out. And then I have to be able to empty other things and put them in the main backpack to be able to get them out of the way to be able to swap to them again. It gets convoluted, which is why they're not part of the standard fare. They're more a thing that happens to happen until I get to the point where I just have my normal get up. Is that another escaped servant that's laying there all beat? Fuck. No, that looks like a dog. That looks like a dog that made a bad decision. Yeah, unlike people who, when you loot them, they're still just injured, possibly dying. Skinning animals, no surprise there, kills them. Haven't actually stopped there to get it properly named, so I suppose I should do that on the way back. We're getting there. Slowly. God damn it, dogs. I'm fast enough that I'm not worth the trouble. There you go. At least I was actually fast enough that I wasn't worth the trouble. I have the implement to be able to kite around and deal with them if need be, but it doesn't mean I have the inclination. Excuse you. Okay, well, start by unloading this, because I don't have a use for those yet. Don't want to get rid of the extra little bags. They let me carry a lot more stuff, so maybe not. Not yet. Because there's still places where I could. Actually, I have the money to start a thing. is rather than build out in the wilds and starting research and all that from scratch, buying a house in a place that's defended means I can do all my research in safety. Also gives me something specific to start looting, and a reason to get somebody else to work on stuff while I'm out. Now, I haven't got the strength that I really want to do too deep a dive into that. But, yeah. I wonder, I could loot an empty place for stuff first. So, go over here. Because I can also, loot shops, but looting an empty place gives me... Well, I mean, I'm gonna get the strength practice either way. Quirk, I noticed accidentally, and it's not really surprising, but you have an option of importing saves so that if there's been an update, you import a save so that it has the new stuff applied to it. But you can also just import saves in it. You can change some of the difficulty metrics. When you do so, the advanced options, you can change those. But along with that, it resets a lot of random stuff. Shopkeepers' names that aren't fixed. Whether or not you've looted places. Things that don't respawn in shopkeepers' inventories. All that stuff gets reset. So you can take advantage of the import save to make some things a whole lot easier, because rather than having to range far and wide across the map to get access to all the stuff you need to do all the research, you can that's suboptimal. That doesn't stay on the map. That sits there. While you're close enough to it. Now I would benefit from moving faster. Just for a bit. Thank you. But yeah, there are places where you can buy or steal or, acquire the research materials you need. Some of those are ruins that you loot. Some of them are merchants that happen to carry some things. I don't remember if there's a thing over here. Is it higher? That's what I want. It is higher. This is an abandoned old base, so I can loot stuff from it. And this zigzaggy winding path down the hill is also one of those places that on the way back down and over across to Hub, the pathing sticks. See how there's... now, I don't particularly particularly need iron plates yet, but, you know, acquiring heavy, useless weapons for selling, I can do. I need to do that. That doesn't... Oh yeah, that's too big to fit in one of these. That means there's no more space in... Right. Let's fill up the little things. Long cleaver is the only one that won't fit. As the name implies, it's too long. Oh, I have to go all the way around for that. Why? Stupid thing. Stop that. Obtuse motherfucker. Here. Oh no, you'll still do it in the bottom one. Fucking things. Here. Now there's no space for that shit. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one's actually outside. On the other side of that. Yeah. But now I'm nice and overloaded, so my strength is training at the, you know, highest rate I can get it to. And there's another workshop over here that I can go sell things at. Oh, yeah. So, I get hungry a little slower. I also turned the hunger rate way down. The multiplier for how long it takes to get hungry is higher, but that means it just takes longer. That's another place that actually has building materials that that I can benefit from reading, because that's another broken down ruin of a place. Right, I was yeah, so I get hungry a little slower than average. Hivers have a 50% or 0.5 times. Shack are a 1.25, I think. Skeletons don't get hungry. Greenlanders are just a 1.0. But, yeah, being heavily encumbered means you get hungrier faster. It makes sense. Now, start by unloading things at the bar. Tend to start by selling stuff at the merchants who have the least amount of money, then go from there. Because they're not picky in what they buy. I may just hold on to those. Those are stackable. Now, alright, yeah. Can get over to that. Loot that. There are some weapons here too, but there's... I should... Excuse you, motherfucker. I hate that about this. Is that it will put them in my main inventory instead of any bags first. Put them in the bags. That's why they're fucking there. Especially if I already have a stack of them going. It's just fucking obtuse. But building materials I'll need to fix one of the broken buildings, and then to also build my first research bench. Upgrading them will take iron plates. Some things, but most of the basic things I start out wanting or having a use for constructing. so stop that bullshit. Yeah, okay. Now... Yeah, tools I can get multiples of. Now if I keep my inventory open, they tend to go into the cups. Trying to grab things that'll stack first. Then there aren't other things that will fit in those spaces. Well, there's a book, but I don't have a stack, but it won't really matter. Well, it's best I'm gonna be able to do with you. Now, yeah, toppers are too long. Okay. Oh. I can also pick up that damaged book in the other one. Now, if I do this, I can pick up you and one of you. There's that. You're not even really worth the money, but I'm being thorough. Now, building materials take up too much width. They fuck with the way things would sit. Let's grab you first. But all the other things have fucked up width too. So... suboptimal, but not all things fit in all spaces super well. Now, yeah, there's that. Now, yeah. There. Okay. Yeah, if I have the little bags, I have to fill them first and then kind of inversely empty these and then be able to swap out those, but anywho. Chock full of shit. Some of which is useful, the rest of which gets unloaded. Now, I like the idea of being able to just set up stuff in a pre-established town, but there are some things you can't do that way. Some resources you can't get that way without building your own thing, which, if it's something that needs to be built outdoors, you can't build in town. So, like, if you wanted to grow a crop, even hydroponically, there's no well, and if it's hub, it never rains, so I can't have a rain collector either. So I can't do that without building a well, meaning having my own settlement. Because the game will consider it, oh, you've started a settlement if I build a well, which you can't do super close to existing settlements in the first place, so yeah. If I want to get into crafting things meaningfully, because you can. Oh. Bloodied folks. You're... I have room to loot some people. Not in that bag. That's the same one. That. Oh. And you're conscious, so I don't want to fuck with you. I don't have room to loot either of you yet. This guy still had money. Go see him. I want to keep those. I'm not really going to be able to empty these because they're full of stuff that I want, mostly. I will only end up having use for one of those, and one of those, except if I find something while I'm out that I can't pick. That doesn't tend to happen, because that's really only useful for cutting through blocks of ruins where I have the time. Locks and shops, not so much so. I think just the one. But that also means that I can't get into these without fussing otherwise, which I can't do. I think I really just need to be outside, but not in a shop. I don't think that being seen or not actually factors in. there's that. It's empty, so we could go in there. God damn it. Wrong keys. Oh. Maybe come loot the two of you. Oh. Before you get up or bleed out. I mean, it's not necessarily relevant to do it before they get up. It's the before they bleed out part that... Yeah, fine. Counts. God damn it. Actually, the before they bleed out part doesn't really matter for this part specifically. Do I have? Yes, I do have room. Just needed to arrange things a little better. But sure. I can make this work. Okay. Those go. Those go. The best I'm gonna be able to do with that until I... Actually... Okay. Keeping that... There's that. There. Now I have room to do the rest of the fuzzing. I've done the rest of the fuzzing. Now I can actually sell the shit. Because you're empty. I don't need those. And don't need those. And yeah, I already culled everything out of that. I was going to. Sure, sure. That's the best I'm gonna be able to do. Alright. Now, I get to get this all back to hub and then start doing a thing there, but I'm going to save here because I have cat stuff that I need to start fussing with. also the Kindle that I watch comments on and can see comments from. It is wishing I had brought the charger out. So this seems like a good time to me to end this for now and then see if I want to just keep going with streaming this again tomorrow or something. I don't know yet.